Yeah, hi. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, Royal Rumble's upon us and shit like that. Don't think it was like, if I was thinking like, would I upload this after the Rumble or whatever, but I might as well just, record it now and try to upload as soon as I can. Fucking mother load of videos this past weekend. Fucking been just uploading craziness, for God's sakes. But, The Undertaker caused, unfortunately, because how fucking soft these people are, butthurt a lot of people. He butthurt Drew McIntyre. He even butthurt Roman Reigns, Shayla Baszler, all these fucking people in wrestling now. He said the truth. Thankfully, he had guys like Goldberg in defense, but unfortunately, their smarks hate him. But hopefully, sort of what Smart can probably respect. Well, hopefully. So let's talk about a guy who is not really hated as much as Smart. So Jim Ross basically goes on to say the truth as well and agreed with the Undertaker, saying that how what he says is right. Let's fucking talk about it. So thank God for Jim Ross. People are basically, praising him now, I guess, because, like, he's in AEW and shit like that. So, good on Jim Ross. So let's talk about what he said. Jim Ross agrees with the Undertaker take about today's wrestler being soft. He goes on to say in his latest episode of his podcast, the Undertaker recently sparked controversy. Said the younger wrestlers lack the edge to them, and that the current WWE product is soft. Jim Ross goes on to say, because they're trained differently. Ross says they brought into the business differently. They're not sitting in the car. They're not making $25 to $40 a night. It's just a different ball game, and Taker's got a good point there. Today's wrestling get a shot unmercifully to where your blood is rushing to the surface and bruising is already in effect. Probably wouldn't happen in today's world because the offending people wouldn't stand for it. Because basically everybody gets offended nowadays. He's going to say the COVID era of pro wrestling is in a way of the career extender for a lot of talents. Ross noted they're not on the road as much. They're not traveling as much. They've got time to heal and focus on one major project. We always wanted the business to be better. Right, okay. You got basically like fucking a Smart kind of replying to saying, you're right about the business being better. Could you imagine how much it would be better right now than it was a few years ago? Some of these things we were talking about back in the day weren't as negative. But does that mean it shouldn't be changed? No. It's just not more accepted in that era as some things are today. Well, I guess that's Jim Ross or something, but okay, I was going to use. But yeah, definitely Jim Ross is right for what he's saying. Because it's like, okay, first of all, here's why I didn't mention the Reigns podcast and the Reigns response. Apparently Reigns, like, I don't know, it's probably depend on what I was reading. What I was reading is from comicbook.com. And this was from Sportskeeda. Wrong Jim Ross. Apparently, fucking Roman Reigns called Undertaker a gangster. Like, he was calling, oh, you trying to act like gangster. Yo, motherfucker, your family acts like gangsters all the time, so I don't get it. You know what I mean? But, like, I'm not turning my back on Reigns. I'm not hating the guy. But he is so wrong for what he said about Undertaker. Him, Drew McIntyre, a lot of wrestlers are fucking wretched. A lot of people got offended, okay? Jim Ross is fucking right. The Performance Center is an easier way how the wrestlers can get into the business, but unfortunately, in some way, they're not even being trained right. They're not being trained properly. It is an easier way, but it's not like they're being trained of how to entertain the show. And Jim Ross is so right because he has that old school mentality. A lot of these wrestlers don't have the old school mentality. Unfortunately, they are. It's just because of how times are now, which sucks, And the fact that these wrestlers nowadays would get offended without taking the advice, taking the criticism, what Undertaker would say, who literally gave his life, who gave his body for this business. And they won't fucking listen to this shit? Like, what the fuck? I hope really Wrestlers are listening to this shit, and especially when it's coming from Jim Ross. People are not giving a shit what Goldberg says because he comes in and defeats talent. Who cares? That's what happens when you fucking suck. That's why you need the part-timers, you retards. Fuck. That's why Goldberg comes in every fucking night to fucking take your titles and shit, because you guys fucking suck. Holy shit. But overall, Jim Ross is so fucking right. God bless Jim Ross. Unfortunately, you know, he's working for AEW. But hopefully, you know, even when working with AEW, like, he's actually speaking the truth. But the problem is, like, he should be saying this for also fucking for AEW, because AEW is the same shit as well. I guess he's only saying this with WWE because obviously, like, he works for AEW. But dead right that fucking Jim Ross, he feels the same for AEW. The only reason why, because of course, it's like, oh, he can't work for WWE because he got fired, unfortunately. But God bless Jim Ross. Jim Ross is so fucking right. Goldberg is right. No matter how much you fuckers hate Goldberg, and fucking Roman Reigns had the guts to fucking say, oh, like, you're just Goldberg. Okay, who cares? Goldberg is better than your fucking ass. As much as I'm not trying to hate Roman. I don't hate Roman. But for God's sake, you are so wrong. Like, come on. Everybody's wrong, and that's like fuck. That's why Goldberg needs to be back, man. Or we just need wrestlers with old school mentality, wrestlers who actually gets it, wrestlers who actually fucking, just know what the fuck it is, Because unfortunately, a lot of wrestlers today don't cut it. They just don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they fucking just can't do shit, Because unfortunately, like, oh, you may want to fucking. Oh, because times have changed. Well, guess what? So who gives a shit? Fucking, when you have nothing to, like, how are you gonna fucking save the business? Oh, come on. This is not saving the business. That being the soft mentality and how you're not having the edge is hurting the business, people. We need fucking wrestling to be great again, man. And unfortunately, it won't, because unfortunately, all these wrestlers nowadays, like, they are soft. And thank God for Jim Ross for saying this. Thank God for Undertaker actually having the balls to say this shit. I love Undertaker, man. That's why, I know I was going to say I was going to do my 100 reasons why Undertaker rules are the greatest of all time. I'm going to save that for his birthday. I'm going to do that on fucking March. I already have it done, so it's going to be, like, once it's ready to go, I'll probably add more reasons. Probably more than 100 reasons. I might even try to make 150. Well, that's a little overboard, but maybe I'll even try if there are good things coming up. But already he's already over 100 reasons, so that's already something. But he is the greatest of all time. That should already be enough for saying he's the greatest of all time. This is kind of hard to make 100 reasons, But God bless Undertaker. God bless Goldberg. God bless Jim Ross. I think that's what we have to say. Just how I have to say he's right. And it sucks that a lot of wrestlers get offended over this shit. Come on. Or just they're not agreeing. You should agree. You should not say Undertaker's wrong or whatever the fuck. Okay? He is 100% right. And y'all should listen to him. Okay? You guys want to take advice and shit like that? You should listen to him, for God's sakes. When Undertaker says something, you fucking listen. Because he helped make this business to where it is today. Alright? Fucking listen. He is not wrong. He's fucking right. Alright? Oh, but what if he says something you didn't like? What? Guess what? I fucking praise him versus Reigns, okay? Or fucking him versus... I praise a lot of matches that he had that he wanted to say is bad. You know what? If he says bad, it's fucking bad, okay? Even though I kind of like, I would still fucking defend those matches or whatever. But I would fucking say, you know what? He said it is bad, is bad. You said the Reigns match, him and Reigns was bad? Okay, it's right. It's bad, okay? Okay, that's all I'm going to say, people. God bless you, Jim Ross. God bless Undertaker. That's all I'm going to say, people. Till next time. Peace. Yeah, bye.